ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राद्याः पारिषद्याः परश्शतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिम् व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः अविकाराय शुद्धाय नित्याय परमात्मने सदैकरूपरूपाय विष्णवे सर्वजिष्णवे यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण जन्मसंसारबन्धनात् विमुच्यते नमस्तस्मै विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे ॐ नमो विष्णवे प्रभविष्णवे सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. The Vishnu Sahasranama, as you know, appears in the great Itihasa Mahabharatam, and specifically in the 149th Adhyaya, which is called Anushasana Parva. And we all know the story, how it was narrated by Bhishmacharya from the bed of arrows in response to Yudhishthira's 6 questions. And the speciality of the stotram is it was narrated in the presence of Bhagavan. Yeah. So, chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama can be done just mentally also. That would be Manasika Karma. Or orally, as most of us do, that is Vachika Karma. Or involving the limbs also, Kaika Karma, when we offer, let's say, flowers with every Nama. Yeah. So, either way, it is a Karma. It's a Punya Karma, and you know, every Karma will have the twofold result, Drishta Phalam and Adrishta, unseen phalam in the form of punya. Yeah? So this is one of the ways we tap into the grace of Ishvara, which is very much needed. Yeah? And every nama is a window through which I appreciate one facet of Ishvara in the form of Leela or an attribute or some function of Bhagavan. And the more I understand the nature of Bhagavan, the more I understand myself, and I'm able to appreciate and accept my status, my position in the larger scheme of things. Yeah? And the more I accept and understand myself, there will be more harmony, and I will not feel isolated and insignificant and a person who feels threatened all the time. So, this is the reason why we chant Vishnu Sahasranama and why it is very, very important. Okay. And as we have been seeing, there are a number of dhyana shlokas before the actual namas, the 1000 namas of Bhagavan. And these dhyana shlokas the purpose is to give the mind an alambanam, a perch. Now, how do I visualize the Lord? And so there are these various dhyana shlokas, which is a kind of upasana. Yeah? Upasana to focus, to gather the rays of the mind and to give an image. And that is the image of Saguna Brahma. Yeah? So we have seen a few of the beautiful dhyana shlokas, and today we will see one more, and that is Chayayam Parijatasya Hema Simhasanopari. छायायां पारिजातस्य हेमसिंहासनोपरि आसीनमम्बुदश्याममायताक्षमलङ्कृतम् चन्द्राननं चतुर्बाहुं श्रीवत्साङ्कितवक्षसं रुक्मिणी सत्यभामाभ्यां सहितं कृष्णमाश्रये. So here, when we want to decode any shloka or any mantra, what do we do first? We have to locate the verb. And the verb here is at the very end. Aham ashraye. I take refuge. And all the other words are in dvitiya. Dvitiya vibhakti means the object of the verb. So whom do I offer my pranams? Aham ashraye kim chayayam parijatasya. The one seated in the chaya, in the shade of the parijata vrikshaha. And hema simhasana upari asinam. The one who is asinam, seated on a golden throne. Hema simhasanam. Then asinam ambudashyamam. Ambudashyamam means who's megha shama. We have seen that word before. The color is of the rain bearing clouds. Ambu is water. Yeah, so dark Krishna. Then ayataksham alankritam, whose akshi, eyes are fully blossomed like the lotus, and who is decorated, alankritam, with all the jewels that we saw in the earlier dhyana shlokas, Srivatsa, Kundalam, Kiritam, ityadi. Then Chandrananam. Chandrananam means the one whose anana face is like that of the moon, pleasing and soothing. Chaturbahum, 4 arms, Mahavishnu, and who has the anka, Srivatsankita Vakshasam. In the Vakshasthala, chest, there is the anka, the mark of Srivatsa. And the one, Devata, Mahavishnu, is seated in this form along with the Devis Rukmini and Satyabhama. Rukmini Satyabhamabhyam sahitam Krishnam. Unto that Krishnam aham ashraye. I take refuge and I offer my pranams. So this dhyana shlokas are meant to gather the mind, and the mind is becomes less distracted and more collected. And then now we are ready to go into the shlokas. So we've completed up to 9, yeah, and today we will do the 10th shloka and see what are all the namas in the 10th verse, which is this one displayed. Are you able to see the 10th shloka? No. Something. Here it is. Suresha Sharanam Sharma, Suresha Sharanam Sharma, Vishwaretav Prajabhavaha, Vishwaretav Prajabhavaha. Suresha Sharanam Sharma, Vishwaretav Prajabhavaha. Ahas Samvatsaro Vyalaha, Ahas Samvatsaro Vyalaha. Pratyaya Sarvadarshanaha, Pratyaya Sarvadarshanaha. Ahas Samvatsaro Vyalav Pratyaya Sarvadarshanaha. Simple shlokas in Anushtup meter. Suresha Sharanam Sharma, Vishwaretav Prajabhavaha. Ahas Samvatsaro Vyalav Pratyaya Sarvadarshanaha. So in the 10th shloka, we have 10 namas of Bhagavan, and they are Sureshaha, Sharanam, Sharma, Vishwareta, Prajabhavaha, Ahaha, Samvatsaraha, Vyalaha, Pratyayaha, Sarvadarshanaha. So we are going to see one by one these namas. Okay. The first one is Sureshaha. Suresh is a very common name for a boy. No? Suresh, which means Suranam Ishaha, the Lord of all the Suras. Who are the Suras? Suras are the Devatas, the celestial beings who have the Punya Karma Phalam to have that status of being these luminous heavenly bodies. Like Chandra, Agni, Varuna, Vayu, Indra, they have their specific portfolios, departments. But who is the Isha of all of them? Whose command and authority they follow? That is you. O Bhagavan, you are Sureshaha, because you empower them to bless us with rain, to bless us with sunshine, and all this phenomenon that we see in the nature. They are governed by the laws, and you are the one who empowers them with all these specific powers. So you are Sureshaha. There is another meaning which Shankaracharya gives here, and that is the word Suresha is derived from the dhatu verb Ra. Ra in Sanskrit means Dane. Dane means to give. So we have seen Yajnanat Parjanyaha Bhavati in the Gita. You know, when the Sattvic people on earth, they perform their duties and yajnas, then the Devatas shower blessings in the form of rain. Yeah. So the Devatas are givers, but you are the best giver. You are Sureshaha. No? You are the ultimate giver who is giving through the phenomenon of all these Devatas. Yeah? So that is Sureshaha, the meaning. Then we have Sharanam, the next word. Sharanam means Sharanagatihi. Yeah? And we often hear the praise of the Lord as Sharanagata Vatsalaha. Yeah? So the Lord is the ultimate refuge for everybody. In the Bhagavad Gita we have seen, you know, the 4 classes of devotees who are seeking Bhagavan. Who are they? Chaturvidhaha bhajante mam ye janaha sukritinorjuna artho jiknyasur arthati jnani cha bharatarshava. So initially there are the distressed devotees like Draupadi, Gajendra, and then there are the needy devotees, Artharthi. Then there are the curious ones, Jignasus like us, Mumukshus. And then finally there are the fulfilled Bhaktas, the Jnanis. So at any stage of Bhakti, who is the goal? Who is the Sharanam? That is you alone. Yeah. So whatever we pray for with a devoted heart, you are the altar of surrender. You recognize the helplessness of the jiva, and as per the karma, you are able to help at that stage. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva sarvam. You are everything. Yeah. So initially the bhakta will rely on his own Shakti. This is called the Markata Nyaya. Markata is the monkey. So if you see, the monkey will cling to the mother's back as she leaps from branch to branch. So initially the Bhakta is very confident, and we are using our own resources, strength and buddhi. But then with time and with experience, then there is the Marjala Nyayaha, Nyayena. So like the kitten, the baby kitten has no fear because it is surrendered completely to the mother, who just picks it with the mouth and takes it here and there. Yeah. So the ultimate Sharanam, the one who has discovered that the Lord is everything, yeah, that is the ultimate stage of Sharanagati. But at any stage we find that it is the Lord only who really helps through various situations, various people. So you are the Sharanam. Then the third word is Sharma. No? Sharma means the one in the form of Paramananda. Paramananda is the limitless Ananda. No? What is this limitless Ananda? The limitless Ananda is that which does not come and go, which does not wax and wane and shrink and expand. Like we all pick up a moment of Ananda in life when we get good news, when somebody comments favorably on my blog, when I become a grandparent, or some good news comes, a dear friend calls me up, weather is good, fantastic. So all these are occasions for me to experience some Anandam. And the Shastra says there are degrees of experiential Ananda. Priyaha, Moda, Pramoda. In English we say, good, better, best. So there are feelings of happiness and joy and ecstasy. But here the word Sharma is beyond all this. Shastra says that whatever joy we pick up in life, it is a lesha, it is a fraction of that supreme Swarupananda. And that is your nature. You are the form of Anandam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Ananda Swarupaha. And in Vedanta, we are seeing that how Bhagavan is of the very nature of Ananda, means the nature of the ever full ocean which is free from craving and desires. That is you, and that is Sharma. Yeah. Then the next word was Vishwa Retaha. The word Retas is the Shabda here, Vishwa Retas, and Vishwa Retaha is nominative. So Retas means the seed. Yeah. So you, Bhagavan, you are the seed of the entire Vishwaha, entire universe. And just now in chapter 14, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga chapter 14, we saw Bhagavan said initially that Aham Bija Pradaha Pita, that I am the one who places the seed in my Prakriti, Mahat Yonihi Prakriti. Yeah. So that shows that the Lord is both Janakaha, father of the universe, and as Prakriti, Maya, the womb of nature, is also mother, which we also have heard as Nimitta and Upadana Karanam for the Jagat. Yeah. So, and that is why Kalidasa says, Jagatah Pitarau Vande Parvati Parameshwarau. I salute the parents of the Jagat who are Parameshwara, who places the seed in the yoni, that is Mata Parvati, and then the Jagat, manifests as the entire Srishti. So you are that Vishwa Retas. Yeah. Then the next word is Praja Bhavaha. Prajanam Bhavaha. You are the source of all the prajas. Now the praja means entities. Bhutanam. Bhutanam Bhavaha. You are. So all the prajas are born from the Lord means what? So the Lord is the point of emergence. In every cycle, from the Avyaktam Maya Shariram will be born all the jivas as per their karma. Now we saw recently in chapter 15 of the Gita, we see that the Jagat is like a samsara vriksha, and some jivas are on the higher branches, some are in the middle, some are in the lower. So whatever as per the karma, there are births to various parents and at different times, different place, different lokas, and all that is governed by you. So you perfectly start the Srishti cycle and you are Praja Bhavaha. Then we have Ahaha. Yeah, Ahaha is in the next line. So we are done with the 5 names of the first line. What are they again? Sureshaha, Sharanam, Sharma, Vishwaretaha, Praja Bhavaha. So some names you will find that they have the same meaning, and then sometimes the same word can have a different meaning also in the Sahasranamas. Now in the second line, the first word is Ahaha. Ahan Shabda, means day. Yeah, simply day, dinam. Who is causing the day? That's you. Shankaracharya says you are Prakasha Swarupaha. Prakashatvat, you manifest as Aditya and bless us with the daytime, with the sunshine which drives away the darkness. No? And then for us, a day is a unit of time for transacting during the day. We have all these activities planned out, but you are in the form of ahaha. Yeah, you gift us the day. So you are dinakaraha, dinam karoti, and you are luminous like the day. Yeah. Then we have the next word is also related to time, that is samvatsaraha. We all know samvatsaraha is nothing new to us. Now we'll be celebrating Ugadi and the time when the samvatsara changes. So samvatsara is a year, 1 year from the 60-year cycles. Now, those who have been to Anikatti recently, you would have seen the steps leading to Subramanya Swami temple. There are 60 steps and each one had the name Prabhavaha, Vibhavaha, Shuklaha and so on. Yeah. So each one of us is born in one samvatsara. And so when we complete 60 years, what happens? We are back to the birth samvatsara. And that is why it is so auspicious to celebrate that as Shashtyaabdi. Yeah, 60 years. And then the Shatabhishekam, 80 years is even more auspicious when one would have cited 1000 moons. No? Sahasra Chandra Darshanam would have happened. So now we are going to enter into Shubhakrit Samvatsara. And it's a very important unit of time. No? A year which is mentioned in the Sankalpas of every puja. Samvatsara, Namanvantara, ityadi for the priest to make a specific sankalpa for a desired end. Yeah. Then we have the next nama is Vyalaha. Vyalaha is an interesting, unusual name which means that which cannot be caught easily. Generally, it refers to an animal, a wild animal like elephant or a venomous snake or tiger, which is caught with much effort. But here Bhagavan is called Vyalaha. Means Bhagavan is elusive. It is beyond our grasp. How? We have already seen that Bhagavan is Aprameyaha. Aprameya means not available for the Pancha Pramanas. Pratyaksha, Anumana, Arthapati, Upalabdhihi, Upamanam. So, being the subtlemost entity, Bhagavan is not available for our sense perception, organs of knowledge, or the mind also. Yeah? Because it is one's own nature. Yeah? Bhagavan cannot be objectified as an object. And hence it is said that it is Vyalaha. Yeah? Not available for objectification. But the one, as we are all studying, the Paravidya, the nature of a focused, purified, steadied mind can understand that Ati Sukshma Tattvam, that is Bhagavan, as the essence of the Jiva, as oneself. Okay? But generally we say it is Vyalaha. No? For an extroverted and distracted mind, it will be always Bhagavan will be out of grasp, will be beyond comprehension. The Gita also we saw. No? Urdhva Moolam Adashakham. Whatever is visible is the Jagat. But what is beyond time and space? And that is the Tattvam. And that is generally considered Vyalaha. Yeah? Beyond normal comprehension. Then we have an interesting word, Pratyayaha. Pratyayaha means simply a cognition. Yeah? Pratiti iti pratyayaha, knowledge. Now let me explain what is a pratyayaha. So you see the flower in my hand. This external flower, I say flower is, but in my mind there is a flower vritti. So flower is that cognition in the mind that corresponds to an entity externally is called a pratyayaha, the understanding. Yes, in Vedanta we say that the mind assumes the form of the flower. If it's not a flower, it's a pen. If it's not a pen, it is a clip. No? So these cognitions are happening at a rapid rate. No? Next. It's like frames. You know, how do we see any motion on a screen in a movie theater? It's because the frames are being shown at a rapid rate. So our mind is similar to a movie screen. So all these frames are passing by in the screen-like mind rapidly. And each frame is called a cognition. And that cognition, the Sanskrit word is pratyayaha. And so here Bhagavan is praised as you are the cognition. That means what? Bhagavan, you cannot be objectified, but you are behind every cognition. Pratibodha viditam matam. Kena Upanishad is a very beautiful mantra which says every experience, every cognition can only happen because Bhagavan is lighting up the mind and all these thought forms. Yeah? So I can appreciate that, oh, I'm experiencing this emotion, I'm having this thought because of the presence of Bhagavan. No? In the Laghu Vakya Vritti, what did we see in Anekati? That Bhagavan is the consciousness which is lighting up the bead-like thoughts. No? He is a sutra. Sutra running through the individual beads. And what are the beads? Cognitions. What are cognitions? Thoughts. Emotion is a thought, a judgment is a thought, a memory is a thought, sleep is a thought, anxiety is a thought. So all these are lighted up by you. And so you are pratyayaha in the form of clear knowledge. Yeah? And Shankaracharya adds also the word prajna. Prajnanam Brahma. Aitareya Upanishad has this Mahavakyam, Prajnanam Brahma. That is, you, Bhagavan, consciousness is Brahma, the supreme reality. Yeah? Then the last word in shloka number 10 is Sarva Darshanaha. Very beautiful name, Sarva Darshanaha. The one who has all-round vision. You know, see, like all of us, we have eyes in the front. So we cannot see our back without a mirror. Okay? And we cannot see into the past or the future. So we are limited because of the body, limited vision. But what have we seen in chapter 13? Sarvata panipadam tata sarvata shishiro mukham. All the eyes, all the feet and hands and limbs all belong to the Lord. Sahasra Shirshav, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapad. Purusha Suktam also says all the countless eyes and hands and feet belong to you, Bhagavan, and you are watching through each eye. You're walking through every pair of feet, and you're grasping through every pair of hands. So you are Sarva Darshanaha. In fact, whenever I see something, I see, taste, touch, feel, you are the eye behind the eye, ear behind the ear. You are that which enables any perception, any experience. Pratibodha viditam matam. So you are Sarva Darshanaha or Loka Sakshi. Now we say Sakshi. Sakshi means you are the witnessing presence in everything. And you are not limited like we are. We have limited perception. We can only see a range, certain range, a few kilometers perhaps. Yeah? But you are Trikaladarshi. You can see all the 3 periods of time and you're not limited by anything. Yeah? There is another meaning which Shankaracharya gives for Sarva Darshanaha. And that is, you know, in the Indian system, we have Shad Darshanas. Maybe you've heard of the Shad Darshanas. Shad Darshanas are the 6 systems of philosophy by which one tries to understand the nature of the tattva. What are they? Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa and Vedanta. So, Vedanta is what we are studying. But in addition to the Vedanta philosophy, there are 5 other systems. Yeah? And each of the system was given by a rishi. Kapila Muni gave Sankhya. Then Patanjali, of course, Yoga Sutras of Patanjali is familiar. Then Nyaya philosophy given by Gautama Rishi. And then Kannada, one rishi gave the Vaisheshika. And then Mimamsa is by Jaimini, one Shishya of Vyasacharya. And Vedanta is by Vyasacharya, Vedavyasa. Yeah? Now, what do all these Shad Darshanas do? They all want to understand Bhagavan. What is that Tattvam? And so they are all viewpoints. No? But the interesting thing is Shankaracharya says Vedanta is the only correct darshanam. All the other darshanas have some fallacy. Yeah? Have some, they're limited in their points of view. So Shankaracharya will dismiss the other 5 darshanas in the Brahma Sutra Bhashya. Yeah? But here, with this name Sarvadarshanaha means you, Bhagavan, you are the topic of all these darshanas. All the darshanas want to understand you. Yeah? But Vedanta is the complete darshana. Okay? So that is the shloka number 10. No? Second line had the 5 names: Ahaha, Samvatsaraha, Vyalaha, Pratyayaha, Sarva Darshanaha. Suresha Sharanam Sharma Vishwareta Prajabhavaha Ahas Samvatsaro Vyala Pratyaya Sarva Darshanaha. Now we'll move on to the next shloka, which is number 11. Aja Sarveshwara Siddha Siddhi Sarvadirachyutaha. Aja Sarveshwara Siddha Siddha Siddhi Sarvadirachyutaha. Vrishakapiramehyatma Sarvayoga Vinisritaha. Sarvayoga Vinisritaha. Aja Sarveshwara Siddha Siddhi Sarvadirachyutaha. Vrishakapiramehyatma Sarvayoga Vinisritaha. So when we break down the sandhis, we get these namas. Ajaha, Sarveshwaraha, Siddhaha, Siddhihi, Sarvadihi, Achyutaha. So that is 6, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6 names in the first line. Then Vrishakapihi, Ameyatma, Sarva Yoga Vinisritaha. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 names. So 9 names in verse number 11. And here, what is the first of them is very familiar to Gita students. Ajaha. Ajaha means na jayate. That you were never born. Bhagavan, no? Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita bhuna bhuyaha. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So this word Ajaha came in chapter 2 Gita, where Bhagavan is explaining to Arjuna that, this Ajaha Swarupa, it can never kill nor can be killed. So why are you afraid and hesitating, Arjuna? You are Ajaha and so am I. Na jayate. Yeah? So Ajaha is that which has no birth and that which can never perish, referring to imperishable, eternal Atma Tattvam. Now we may think that if something is not born, then maybe it does not exist. Yeah, it is non-existent. No. Krishna has clarified that also. Natvam neme janadhipa natvam deham nati nasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachayvana bhavishyamah sarve vayamatah param. Krishna tells Arjuna that you, all these kings and myself, we were present in the past, we are there even now, and we will continue to be. We will not cease to be at any moment of time. So that truth which is holds good for the 3 periods of time is Ajaha, Satyam. Yeah? And so that is the essence of the whole world. That is Ajaha, not subject to time, and hence not subject to vikaras, not subject to decline, and decay is the nature of the Ajas Swarupa Bhagavan. Then we have Sarveshwaraha, easy name, Sarvasya Ishwaraha, the Lord of the entire Jagat. We see that as Jivas, we are limited by our locations, we are limited gender-wise, age-wise, body-wise. We can't fly like the birds or swim like the dolphins. We can't be in 2 places at the same time. So the limitations are there for any loka you take. Even the subtle celestial lokas, what is the limitation? They can only exhaust their punyam. Asura lokas can only exhaust their papa. Yeah, at least that's one good thing about Manushya Loka. We have the free will, to earn punyam and reduce papa. Yeah, but you Bhagavan, you are Sarvasya Ishvaraha. You are the Lord of all the realms and of all the jivas. You are only empowering everyone. Yeah, so that is a simple nama there. Then Siddhaha. Siddhaha means the Siddha Purushaha. You are the ever accomplished one. Siddhaha. The Lord is ever accomplished. Why? Because the Lord is Satyam Jnanam Anandam. Yeah? Is ever accomplished. Whereas we are all sadhakas. Now, who is a sadhaka? A sadhaka is one who pursues a sadhana to attain a sadhya. Yeah, this is called the triad: sadhaka, sadhana, sadhya. The one who wants to achieve some goal through a means is a sadhaka. But what does the Gita tell us, or any Vedanta Shastra says? You are Brahman. You are Brahman, and you are trying to attain Brahman, and whatever you are doing is also in me, Brahman. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. That is the vision. Okay. So here by Siddhaha, Bhagavan says that a mumukshu is trying to gain Bhagavan, but Bhagavan is already accomplished as one's essential nature. Yeah. So what I have to do as a mumukshu? I have to only shed my ignorance. Ignorance is standing in the way, and I have to drop my ignorance. So moksha is all about avidya nivrittihi, because we are all trying to gain a fact which is already accomplished, and that is the nature of Bhagavan as Siddhaha. Yeah? So it's a fact. It's a fact that is already accomplished. But because of my unsteady nature of the mind, I do not know this fact. Yeah, and then I'm striving. Where is Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? How can I attain Bhagavan? But Bhagavan is Siddhaha. It's a little bit Vedantic here, Siddhaha. The next word is Siddhihi. Connected words. If Siddhaha means ever accomplished, Siddhihi means what? Accomplishment, success. Yeah. So we see that any success I pick up in life, any achievement is the glory of Bhagavan. No, because I am receiving Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and I put 2 and 2 together and I strive number of factors are involved and again some success. Yeah. So that belongs to Bhagwan. We have seen that just because I try for something in life, I put effort to gain something, does not mean I will get it. It can be, the result can be as I expected, result can be less than what I expect, more than what I expect, or opposite to what I expect. So what should I do? Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Ma karma phalaheturbuhu mate sangotsva karmani. I, as a jiva, have a right to act in accordance with dharma, but I can never determine the result. It's not in my hands. So any siddhi, any accomplishment is in the hands of the Bhagavan, who is the karma phala data, who will decide, okay, this jiva has got so much shraddha, so much effort, and so this result will come to this jiva at this time and place in this form. Yeah. So the more I detach from my own expectations of the result, the more pure the action will be and the more peaceful I will be. So here, by siddhi means that even if I don't get what I think I deserve, that is also success only. So Gita says there is no failure in life, because if I don't get what I worked hard for, that means something in my own karma was blocking it. But I can learn from the experience and become wiser, and which is a gain, which is siddhi. So whether it is success or some kind of worldly failure in the worldly context, it is all really siddhi, and you are determining the siddhi. Yeah. So ultimately you are siddhaha, but you are handling all the siddhis also all along the way. Okay. And so what? Success is Ishvara, failure is also Ishvara. And I learn to accept everything graciously with prasada buddhi. Then we have the last word in the first line, sarvadihi. No, second last. Sarvadihi is simple. Sarvasya adihi. You are the adi or the parent or the source of everything. This is easy to understand because in every srishti, Bhagavan manifests as the sukshma tanmatras by the power of Maya, and then subtle worlds, gross worlds, and the inhabitants. So you are Sarvasya Adihi. Then Achyuta. Achyuta is a very popular name for Krishna. But what is the etymological name here? Chuti na vidyate yasya saha. So the one for whom there is no chuti. Chuti means fall, decline, deviation. Yeah? So here the Lord is called Achyuta, means that the Lord will never deviate or fall from what is to be done. Now we know the Lord is Srishtikarta, and Sthitikarta and Layakarta. So the Lord does what is to be done and never deviates. In the Gita in chapter 4 we saw the Lord says, I am so busy, running the world show. Either the world has to emerge or be sustained or resolve back into me, but I never fail in my duties. So, Achyutaha. An example is given of the fire. You take the element fire. What is the glory of fire? It is always hot. Heat is the intrinsic nature. Now, will the fire ever deviate from being hot? Suppose we go to a cold country, Antarctica. Will the fire be less hot than it is in India? No. So, there is no chuti for fire. So too, the Lord is governing everything perfectly and never making mistakes, and there is no deviation from that cosmic plan. So that is the nature of Achyuta. And now, in this book, some of us have this book, Achyuta is marked with a star. That star means we have crossed 100 namas of Bhagavan. Okay, with Achyuta, 100 namas are over. Then the second line has Vrisha Kapihi. Vrisha Kapihi. It's again unusual name. Vrisha. Vrisha means dharma. Okay. So the first half of the word means the Lord is in the form of dharma. And Varsha. We know Varsha means rain. So dharma, when we pursue dharma, what happens? Dharma will shower upon us as blessings. When I pursue dharma, it's like it will shower rain in the form of blessings. Yeah. So you are Vrisha, you are dharma, you bless all the efforts. That is one meaning, half the word. Then Kapihi. So Shankaracharya says Ka, the letter Ka means water. And so Kapihi is the Lord who rescued Bhudevi from the waters, the floods in his Varaha Avatara, which you all must be knowing. This is a Leela Nama of Bhagavan. So Vrisha Kapihi is both the Lord in the form of Dharma, Vrisha, and Kapihi is referring to the Varaha Avatara who saved the Bhudevi from the waters. Yeah. Then we have the next Nama is Ameyatma. Ameyatma is derived from the Dhatu Ma. Now we saw this Ma has several meanings. Ma means mother, Ma means not, Ma means me, Ma means Lakshmi. Yeah. And here Ma means the dhatu to measure. Yeah. We say manam. Manam is a measure. No? So Ma is to measure. So whatever is meyaha means which can be measured. For example, the bones in the body. We can measure the exact number. Yeah. We can measure the distance from earth to sun. Yeah. It's measured by telescopes and all these advanced instruments. Yeah, we can measure the blood pressure, but can you measure the stars in the night sky? Can you measure the trillions of cells in the body? No. That is called ameya. Ameya means that which is cannot be measured, cannot be fathomed. So Lord, you are ameyatma. You are the essence, the atma, which we cannot categorically say this is Bhagavan, this is not. So even 1,000 namas of Vishnu Sahasranama are not enough to describe Bhagavan totally, even koti. Yeah. So ameyaha means just like the leaves in a tree, I cannot measure, so I cannot fathom your glory. They are endless and countless. Why? Because Bhagavan is everything. Bhagavan is all the lokas, all the jivas, all the attributes, all the hands, feet, mouth. So it's countless, infinite. So ameyatma. That's an easy one. Then sarva yoga vinisritaha. Sarva yoga vinisritaha. See, the word yoga comes from the dhatu yuj. Yuj means to unite. So unite means there will be some sambandha, connection. For example, there is a karana karya sambandha, like this angavastra that I have. Angavastram is a karyam product, but what is the karanam? The cloth, fabric. So we see karya karana sambandha will be there. Yeah. And so many other sambandhas will be there, parent, child, cause, effect. But you, Bhagavan, you are sarva yoga vinisritaha, means you are devoid of all connections. Yeah. So an interesting example given here is that of space, the firstborn element. So space is not nothing. We know that space is the subtlemost element which accommodates the entire universe, in fact. Earth is suspended in space. So right now you look around, see, space comes into contact with tables and chairs and bed and kitchen items and garden and plants. But the space is unconnected. Space is not touched or affected. Yeah, space comes into contact with everything, but it is standalone as though a witness, calm and composed. So Bhagavan, you are sarva yoga vinisritaha means you are devoid of all sambandhas and you are free from any attachments, any connections. This is a bit Vedantic, which we saw in chapter 7 of the Gita. Remember, the clay will tell, what pot? I don't know any pot. No, I am free from potness. Yeah? The pot cannot exist without clay, but the clay exists without a pot. If the pot breaks, clay is still around. So we can understand this as a Nirguna Nama, Sarva Yoga Vinisritaha. And another meaning that Shankaracharya gives is, see, the word yoga, at the end of the Gita we have no Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre. So any yoga shastra, be it asanas, pujas, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, they're all disciplines. So for what? To know you. So you are the one to be gained and understood by all the yogic disciplines. Sarva yoga vinisritaha. That is a second meaning which is given for this nama. So here in these 9 namas, we have these 9 namas of verse 11, that is Ajaha, Sarveshwaraha, Siddhaha, Siddhi, Sarvadihi, Achyutaha, Vrishakapihi, Ameyatma, Sarva Yoga, Vinisritaha. Now let's move on to one more shloka for the day. And that is verse number 12. Vasurvasumana satyaha, Vasurvasumana satyaha, Samatma sammitas samaha, Samatma sammitas samaha, Vasurvasumana satyas samatma sammitas samaha, Amoghav pundarikakshaha, Amoghav pundarikakshaha, Vrishakarma Vrishakritihi, Vrishakarma Vrishakritihi, Vasurvasumana satyas samatma sammitas samaha, Amoghav pundarikaksho Vrishakarma Vrishakritihi. What are the names in this verse? Vasu, short name. Vasumanaha, Satyaha, Samatma. Then here it is actually Asammitaha. Asammitaha. You see, there is a S sign, that's a avagraha. And you know that avagraha means stands for an akara which is dropped, elided. So we have to put it back. So after Samatma, what do we have? Asammitaha. Then Samaha. Amoghaha, Pundarikakshaha, Vrishakarma, Vrishakritihi. So we have, I think, 10 names here. Or 9. Okay, 9. So what is the first nama here? That is Vasuhu. Vasudev, Vasudev, they're all coming from this dhatu Vas. Vas in Sanskrit means to dwell. So Vasanti, Jaganti, Asmin, Iti, Vasuhu. So one meaning is the one in whom all the beings dwell. And the one who dwells in all beings also. Again Vedantic, that Atma Tattvam is in all the beings. Kshetrajnam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Chapter 13, Bhagavan has said, I am there in all the beings. Samam sarveshu tishtantu maheshwaram. Also we saw, equally I am there in all the jivas. And that is, Vasuhu. Then another viewpoint is that in whom the entire Jagat is there. Again, to give the example of space. The space is in the pot and pot is in the space. So, Vasuhu. That is one meaning. Okay. So Bhagavan, we are all, in Bhagavan's Swarupa, and Bhagavan is in each one of us as Atma Tattva. That is the first meaning, Vasu. Then the second meaning is Pauranika meaning, which is, there are Ashtavasus, and they are luminous celestials. They govern the 8 directions. No? And Bhagavan has said in Vibhuti Yoga chapter 10, Vasunam Pavakaha Asmi. Of all the Ashtavasus, I am Pavakaha, and Pavaka is fire. Yeah? So I am Agni among this Ashtavasus is the second meaning we take. Yeah? The first meaning is Vedantic meaning. That is pure existence which holds the entire Jagat and that which indwells every Jiva. Then Vasu Manaha. Now here we will take a different meaning of Vasu. Yeah? Here the meaning of Vasu taken by Shankaracharya is wealth. Now see, one meaning for earth. Earth is Vasundhara. Vasundhara means the earth has hidden wealth. Earth has oil, diamonds, gold, nature, water. All these are sources of wealth. So Vasu is wealth. So Bhagavan, you are the one whose manas, mind, is excellently endowed with wealth. Yeah. So that which is excellent. And because Bhagavan has a mind that is free from kama, krodha, lobha, madamatsarya, free from raga, dvesha. It is the pure intelligence governing the entire universe. So you are Vasu Manaha. Yeah. Earlier on also we saw the meaning of Bhagavan. No? Bhagaha asya asti iti Bhagavan. The one who has the wealth. Yashas, Vairagyam, Jnanam, Shrihi. All these in absolute measure. So the one who enjoys unlimited excellent wealth is Vasu Manaha. Then Satyaha. Satyaha means truth. Yeah. But here what is the truth referred to here? Trikaleshu yat tishtati tat satyam. So the truth which cannot be negated in any period of time. The truth of the past is the truth of the present moment. Bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu. The very first shloka we saw that. Bhagavan, you are the truth and essence of all the periods of time. So we saw another name for that, Paramarthika Satyam. Yeah, you are the ultimate truth of the Jagat. And then we saw also Vyavaharika Satyam. Like if I enjoy a certain profession and there's a certain Vyavahara, that's called Vyavaharika, empirical truth. That is also Satyam, but that's not the ultimate Satyam. So one Satyam comes and goes, changes, is subject to decline. But you, Lord, you are Paramarthika Satyam, which never deviates, never declines, never decays. Yeah? Paramarthika Satyam. Then we have Samatma. Samatma means same meaning as earlier we saw, the one who is ever steady and balanced. The one who is the same in all beings. Similar to Vasu Manaha. Samam. And the other is the Samam Atma, equally indwelling in all as Kshetrajnaha. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshvara navinashyatsu. We saw that verse in chapter 13. That imperishable Atma Tattvam, equally indwelling in all, is Samam, Samatma. Also called Pratyagatma. Then we have Asammitaha. Asammitaha is same as that Ameyatma meaning. Asammitaha means one who is not limited. Mitam. Mitam means measured. I can measure finite objects of the world, but you are asammitaha, immeasurable. You are deshakala vastu aparichinnaha. You are not limited by gender, age, nationality, place, time, location, karma, papa, punyam. None of this can touch you. You are ameyatma, and here you are asammitaha. Yeah? And then we have samaha. Same, we are having this samaha shabda. Samaha means that which never changes. It is the same at all times. Laghu Vakya Vritti we saw. We are trying to catch a glimpse of that samam atma in between two bead-like thoughts, vrittis. So when we calm down the mind in a sattvic hour, maybe early morning, when we're sitting down to meditation, in between two thoughts, two distracting thoughts, we can detect a glimpse of that samam atma, the constant, the invariable in all the three states. Then samaha has another interesting meaning, is that ma, makara stands for ma or Lakshmi, and sa means along with, saha. So maya lakshmya saha, the one who is with Mahalakshmi always is you, Bhagavan samaha, sa maha. Okay, so that's the first line. Next line we have Amoghaha Pundarikakshaha Vrishakarma Vrishakritihi. Yeah, I'll just take 5 more minutes and complete it. Amoghaha. See, moghaha means waste or effortless, wasted effort. But you, Bhagavan, you are amoghaha means you never fail anyone. You are unfailing. You ever bless. Sarvam phalam dadati. Yeah? So the one who never fails his devotees is the amoghaha. And that's why Bhagavan is called Satya Sankalpaha. Whatever the Bhagavan Sankalpa is, definitely it will happen. And if we can align our Sankalpas with Bhagavan, then that is called Satya Sankalpa. Very pure intentions. Yeah? So here it is said that whenever we have a sattvic desire or a sankalpa, that will never go in waste. That's why prayerful living is intelligent living. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Gita says, even if I offer a flower, a fruit, some water, some words of praise from the Vishnu Sahasranama, definitely it will have an effect. Drishta phalam and adrishta phalam. I will be connected to you, Bhagavan, and I will understand more and more about the Jagat. Yeah? So that is Amoghaha. Then Pundarikakshaha. Pundarika is lotus, So Pundarikakshaha means the lotus of the heart, referring to the buddhi. Yeah? So it is the location, it is the place where I can understand you. Earlier we saw pratyaha, cognition. So Bhagavan is really understood in one's own heart. When we meditating upon Bhagavan, who is recognized in the buddhi. That is one meaning, Pundarikakshaha. Then Akshi means I. And so the familiar meaning is you are the lotus-eyed Krishna. Yeah? The lotus-eyed Krishna is another name, meaning for Pundarikakshaha. Yeah? For Upasana purpose. Then Vrishakarma. We already saw the meaning of Vrisha. What was Vrisha earlier? Vrisha Kapihi, remember? Vrisha means dharma. Okay. So Vrishakarma means the one whose karmas are always as per dharma. The army motto is karma hi dharma hai. What a beautiful motto. Here it is referring to Bhagavan is upholding the cosmic dharma at all times. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. The assurance that I will uphold dharma and perform such actions. And so Vrishakarma is referring to Lord as the one who assumes avatars to destroy the wicked and uphold the harmony. So Vrisha is dharma and karma is karma. Vrishakarma, whose actions are only to uphold dharma. Then the last word is Vrishakritihi. Again, Vrisha is there. Vrisha means dharma. And Akritihi. Vrisha plus Akritihi is Vrishakritihi. Akriti means form. So, the Lord whose Akriti form as an avatara is only for the protection of dharma. Or another meaning Shankaracharya gives is whose very form is dharma. That means any time I perform my swadharma, do what is to be done at any stage of life, then I am worshipping Bhagavan who is Vrishakritihi in the form of dharma. Okay. So that is also beautiful. And we have seen so many akritis. Bhagavan is assumed, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Krishna, Rama. And so all these akritis are very, very auspicious, and they're all, you have Vrishakarma, you have Vrishakritihi also. Because you are in the form of dharma and you protect dharma also. Okay. So, we have completed 3 shlokas today. And then the count of the namas has gone up to 114. Okay, so I will just read the 3 shlokas of today and then we'll end with the swasti mantras. Suresha Sharanam Sharma Vishwareta Prajabhavaha Ahas Samvatsaro Vyala Pratyaya Sarvadarshanaha Ajas Sarveshwara Siddha Siddhi Sarvadirachyutaha Vrishakapiramehyatma Sarva Yoga Vinisritaha Vasur Vasumana Satya Samatma Sammita Samaha Amogha Pundarikaksho Vrishakarma Vrishakritihi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.